People have viewed her TED Talk on the environment. She's the founder and director of Innovators and Disrupt Design, a creative force for positive sustainability-led change. Please give a huge welcome, Leyla Acaraglu.
There are three basic ecosystem services that sustain life on Earth. We need food, air, and water. And for every time I hear anybody argue against sustainability as a good business decision, I'm like, okay, let's hold your breath for 60 seconds and see what happens. Because ultimately, the moment that you get to about 61 seconds, your body, your brain will automatically suck in oxygen because you are neurologically wired to survive. But the moment that that oxygen is gone, the moment that you are no longer able to breathe from this beautiful, incredible atmosphere that we exist within, you're screwed. Just FYI. So I feel that we should probably protect those systems and services. And this pragmatic approach to sustainability is a really big part of my message and the work that I do, because it's not an opt-in. It should be an opt-out. Like, oh, I don't care about the planet. I'm like, great, go move to Mars. It's really fun. I heard they have really, really nice landscaping. We always go back to the extraction of raw materials. We look at the way in which every single piece of material has been extracted from the natural environment and how that environment existed before we started taking things out of it. So what was the ecosystem before we started growing beef for leather, for example? Growing beef? Growing cows. You can grow beef on trees. Actually, you can grow beef in petri dishes. Okay, so extraction of raw materials first. Second, we have manufacturing, where we take those raw materials and we turn them into usable materials, and we put all the pieces together to create the products, so the cell phone. Packaging and transportation happens across the life of the product. I know I'm speaking fast, people. I'm hoping you can keep up. You got it? Keeping up? I'm watching a timer here. I got shit to get through. Okay, let's go. So, basically... All right, so here we are. So packaging and transportation. So everything that happens across the life of all the products. Use phase, that's where we all come in. End of life, we all know what happens at the end of life. The next thing is to understand that design is the silent social scripter that influences your lives every single second of them. From the way you sit on this chair, to the glasses that help you see, to the phone and how you hold it, to the hunchbacks we're all becoming because we stare at our phones all the time. Design is intentionally influencing your life, whether you like it or not. It's an incredibly powerful force, and it's not used incredibly well. So I believe that design and the approach to creative problem solving can be used in an incredibly powerful way to help solve some of the issues. Let me give you the example of food waste. Who's working on food waste? Okay, cool, all right. Not the people who are hanging out at landfill sites, that's interesting. Okay, so we know that 8% of the world's global CO2 emissions are contributed by food waste. It's a really big problem. In the US, we waste up to $160 billion of food each year. And if you think about where that's occurring, at what life cycle intervention point in the life of the food, most of it happens in the home, a large percentage of it, and I blame it on the refrigerator. Because these things are designed to keep food fresh. The thing is that these things have not changed their design in over 50 years. The construct of a refrigerator to take up all of this real estate in our houses is to keep food fresh. But the crisper drawer, the thing you put your vegetables in, is not designed as a closed environment, and so it dries out, just like your skin on an aeroplane. And so what happens is it slowly starts to lose its moisture in the cells, they collapse and they get sad and pathetic. But this is a very simple design intervention. If you want to solve this problem, get a Tupperware container with the little lock sides. You will have broccoli fresh for like 3 weeks. It'll change your life. Well, here's the deal, right? The thing about design is that we just love to fail. That's what we do in design. We iterate, we test, we explore. We're like, how do we break this and make it better? And this is the thing that we've lost in this linear kind of reductionist thinking, is the ability to iterate, explore, test, and redesign the systems that are around us. So, a really critical thing is that we don't change behavior, we change conventions. We change new norms, and these are happening constantly. If we look at the shift, the rapid technological shift in the way that's influenced society, we have the ability to create new types of services and products that don't even have to be all like, oh, so it's really sustainable. No, it's just like, just makes sense. And that's really where design can come in as an amazing platform. But I guess the biggest thing for me is how you actually become a really informative disruptor, someone who understands the system and knows where to intervene. And in order to do that, you need to become a systems pioneer, someone who understands the way the world works, rather than assumes that you know how it works.